Can people be portals? On the friend who keeps showing up right before everything changes. I've been thinking about this all week. What if some people aren't just people in our lives? What if some of them are actually portals, showing up at precisely the right moment to hold the edge of something open just long enough for us to walk through? I have one of those people, and her name is Mage Marigold. When I first moved to the Blue Ridge Mountains, I knew almost no one. On a whim, the way most important things tend to happen, I wandered into one of her classes on mediumship. I wasn't sure why I was there, I just felt pulled. Mage went around the room giving personal readings. When she got to me, she paused and said, "Your guides are saying something about a podcast." I had dreamed about the podcast. I hadn't told anyone. I hadn't done anything about it yet. I was still months away from being laid off and diving headfirst into the unknown. She just said it, casually, like it was obvious. It was in another one of Mage's classes that I met the person who finally got me unstuck on the technical side of launching the podcast, the person who made the whole thing actually possible. It was Mage who sat with me in the clinic in Costa Rica before I got whisked away to the hospital, the trip where I realized, somewhere between the IV drip and the jungle heat, that my then relationship was not giving me what I needed. It was Mage I called when the stagnation of recovering from necrotizing fasciitis started to feel suffocating. We went out, we laughed, we drank too much tequila, I got pepper sprayed directly in the face, and somehow that was exactly what I needed. The stagnation evaporated. In the aftermath of that night, I understood something. I needed a period of safety, a steady hand, someone to be aware of the landscape and nudge me gently away from harm. And for a while, that's exactly what I built for myself. And then Mage reappeared. We recorded this week's podcast episode together, a reunion, a catch-up, two friends being honest about a year that changed everything. We laughed a lot. We went deep. We talked about love and divine partnership and what the body knows before the mind catches up. What I didn't say on the recording, because I didn't know it yet, is that I was sitting on the precipice of something again. I could feel it, but I couldn't name it. That particular rhythm of my life, steady and safe as it had been, was beginning to feel just slightly suffocating. A few hours after we hit stop on the recording, everything shifted. I stepped into a new timeline, and I don't have enough adjectives for what it feels like: expanded, luminous, like a window thrown open in a room that had been closed for just a little too long. Here's the thing that keeps striking me when I look back at all of it. Mage and I didn't sit down and map out my goals. We didn't vision board. We didn't strategize or set intentions or make a plan. We experienced life together. She showed up. She held space. She believed in me, quietly, completely, without making a big deal of it, right before every single leap I have taken into the unknown. And that was enough. That was everything. This is what I think about when I think about my work as a transition doula. People come to me expecting a roadmap, a framework, a set of steps that will get them from where they are to where they want to be. And I understand that impulse. If you're in the middle of a transition, the uncertainty can feel unbearable and the mind wants something to hold on to. But what I've learned from my own life, from sitting with people in their most tender moments of becoming, is that what most of us actually need is not a roadmap. We need a witness, someone who can see what we're moving toward even when we can't see it ourselves, someone who can hold the space steady while we work up the courage to walk through the door. That's what Mage has been for me over and over again, not a guide with a plan, a portal with a belief. If you're standing on an edge right now, if something in your life is ending or beginning or both at once and you're not sure which way to turn, that's exactly where I do my best work. Not telling you what to do, just holding the space while you figure out that you already know. Reach out to me at www.goddessintraining.online if that's where you are. This week's episode with Mage Marigold is live now. We talk about love, divine partnership, travel as transformation, and the alchemy that happens when two people who are committed to their own becoming keep showing up for each other. I think you'll feel the portal energy. I want to call in Oya for this essay. Oya is a Yoruba goddess of transitions, storms, and the wind that arrives just before everything changes. She's the guardian of the gate between one world and the next, the one who stands at the threshold and says, "Yes, now, it is time." She is not gentle in the way we sometimes wish transformation could be. She is the storm that clears the air, the gust that takes the door off its hinges so you cannot close it again even if you wanted to. But she's also fiercely protective of the people she loves. She does not blow things apart carelessly. She blows apart what is no longer serving you, and she stays at your back while you walk through what she has opened. I think Oya has been moving through my friendship with Mage for a long time now. I just didn't have a name for it. May Oya stand at your threshold today. May she clear what needs clearing, and may she remind you that the wind at your back is not chaos, it is love moving you forward. If this found you at the right moment, these essays exist because I believe that transitions deserve to be witnessed, that the space between who you were and who you're becoming is not empty, it is full and tender and worthy of real attention. If you've been reading or listening along and this work has meant something to you, I'd love to have your support in return. Being a paid subscriber on Patreon or Substack keeps these essays coming and the community growing, and it means more than I can say. Also, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. These small rituals of reciprocity are greatly appreciated. Either way, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. It really means everything.